Well, guys, it's another week, and that means more women yapping. Hope
You're
you all are
welcome.
doing good. Of course, we're here hanging out for the next several hours talking about Fright Night this week, which we both have some very, very positive thoughts on. Xbox's mass cancellations, Kimmel's views tanking, lots of
Shocked.
ridiculousness with Sweet Baby. Not that I think anybody's really shocked with that though. So how are you doing, Wicked?
I'm doing great. I'm sorry, I can't remember who recommended Fright Night, but speak up because whatever recommendations you give us now, we're gonna watch because we both really enjoyed that. But we'll get into that later. I just had to get that out now because I really enjoyed it. I watched it yesterday for the first time, and I'm like, I understand why this is a cult classic. It's being added to my Halloween list every year now.
Yep. I loved it, but no, not too many spoilers before we get
No,
into it.
it came out in 1985. I want to give you guys time to watch it.
Yeah. For the people that are going to be mad at us for spoiling a movie.
It came out before we even were alive, okay?
Significantly longer before we were even alive.
We weren't even a thought yet, but
No, not yet, but at least this week has been a little bit better. The past few weeks have been pretty crazy in terms of news and everything that's been happening. So this week, I don't necessarily want to say it's super positive topics, but like I think Xbox facing massive cancellations is pretty good. Sweet Baby facing so much backlash is good. Kimmel getting wrecked and us being proven right is pretty good. Like there's some positives there.
oh yeah, to all the people that were like, "Oh, your backlash at Kimmel didn't age well," or that were hating on us. Like, well, it looks like we were right. When are you guys gonna realize that we're just always right?
Yep.
Yup.
Corey, thank you for the 5. Hey, Wicked. Oh, do you want to read that one?
Sure. Cajun Curry for 5. Hey, Wicked. My ex has weekly evil lessons with the devil. Not sure what she charges him though. Dang.
That
Shots
was
fired.
that was pretty good.
I'm sure she has a pretty steep fee. She sounds awful.
Probably.
Oh, well. And look at
Raider! Thank you so
Raider.
much for the
Thank
10
you.
gifted right at the start of stream. Much appreciated. Thank you. Hope you're doing good. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh.
What
And the
happened?
crater where Emma Watson was sitting.
Oh man. So I don't know if you wanted to talk about that, but we can.
About Emma Watson?
Like the stuff going on with her and J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. That's fine with me. I mean, I don't feel a lot of allegiance to specific actors, really.
Mm-mm.
So, like, I mean, in on one hand, right, I want to say, oh, it's good. Maybe she's coming around to it, but at the same time, I don't trust her. I
Oh,
really
not at all.
don't.
I think J.K. Rowling's response was pretty spot on. Like she had every right to feel that way because um didn't Emma call J.K. Rowling a witch and she was at like the BAFTAs or something and she said, I support all women except one. And that was like a dig at J.K. Rowling. Like she's very publicly been just like hating on her. Well, she got death threats
Yeah.
and assault threats and all that stuff. And it's just like, girl, you're rich because of the story she wrote, first of all. And second of all, you don't have no idea what it's like to live in the real world because you were a child when you became a millionaire.
Yup, absolutely. Well, yeah, we'll start with that. Raider, thank you so much for the 6537. What
Says
a
nothing. Says
chat.
nothing.
I know. You couldn't say a hi in the
Come
message,
on, Raider.
like a thumbs up, you
He's
know?
being nice and yell at
He
him.
is. He is. I'm sorry, but thank you for the gifteds. Thank you for the dono. Much appreciated. And Carlos,
Thank
thank
you,
you for the
Raider.
5. Hello, lovely ladies. It's hard labor working in mines, seeking my father's approval.
Oh, Disparu is his stepdad. And I also
Yep,
love the new profile picture. Very October, Carlos.
it is good. Thank you for the
I
5,
forgot.
though.
Vara knows the lore. I didn't have to tell her. She
I
already
do know
knows.
the lore. That's okay though. I'm sure that there's other people that also don't know the lore, to be fair.
It's true.
Yeah. But yeah, we could start off with Emma Watson. So obviously, over the past couple of years, a lot of the actors that were a part of the wizarding world, right, have definitely turned on J.K. Rowling. They're pretty self-centered. They don't really care about being a good person. They've simply cared about staying in like Hollywood's good graces. And they initially, I think maybe in part believed what they were saying, maybe in part were kind of peer pressured by the people around them, and so they were much more vocal than maybe they wanted to be. I'm not defending them, that's for sure. But Emma Watson had actually recently softened her stance on J.K. Rowling a little bit, but J.K. Rowling completely hit back by responding to ignorant Emma Watson as gender activists turn on former Harry Potter star, which I think that it's so funny. We're seeing people like Emma Watson now, all these years later, like slightly change her stances. And I don't want to say that, oh my gosh, she's finally like coming around to the truth or anything. But at the same time, it's definitely, a little bit more of a respectful stance that she's taking versus how she used to be.
Yeah. So if she's really feels this way, then that's good. It's a start. But, after when she first put this out, I'm like, okay, she's trying to extend that olive branch, right? And she's gonna be start being kind and stop bashing the woman who made her career. But then when J.K. Rowling did her tweet out talking about the situation, I was like, dang, okay,
Whew.
wait a minute. Because the one thing that you take away a lot from that very in-depth response, which I thought all of it was great, was that when she was going through all this, she had somebody else slip her a note that just said, "I'm sorry you're going through all this." Like, what? You can't email, you can't text?
Right.
Like,
JK said
what?
she has my number.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's almost like Emma Watson was hoping that people, basically, that the note was being passed between would have seen it and then like patted her on the back for it or something. But this article does mention the witches statement you were talking about. At the 2022 BAFTAs, Emma Watson made headlines when she walked on stage and quipped, "I'm here for all the witches, bar one." How pathetic do you have to be?
I know, to say that, that's just a unnecessary dig. Completely
Yeah.
unnecessary. It's like she wants to make sure people know, like, I stand with all you crazies and not with, and the a really sad part is I'm sure that J.K. Rowling was definitely a mother figure to her.
Oh,
She was on
absolutely.
set with all the kids, and they all probably loved her and got along so well, and Hermione now I don't know, I never got into Harry Potter, so I don't deeply know the characters or anything, but I did see something that Blab shared about J.K. Rowling saying the character that she wrote that was most like her as a child was Hermione, so not only was it her writing, but the character that was based on her is who she's playing, and then she's being a total, like, jerk, to put it
Yeah, that's the
lightly.
one that I'm sure kind of hurt JK the most, I would say, because she connected the most with that character.
Yeah, and it's just what she says in here, it's so spot on, like, Emma is all for, like, the rights of, like, men that identify as women going into women's bathrooms and stuff, but she will never have to deal with that.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like she said, you got an armed bodyguard standing
Mhm.
outside of your single bathroom that that no one's gonna come in there. So that's something that's just so these celebrities are so detached, and the people that are blindly following them, like, yeah, yeah, you're right. Thank you for being there for my rights. They don't have to deal with any of the stuff you actually have to deal with, especially when it comes to, like, like, if you want to go into, like, gun rights, like, all these celebrities that are against it, they have bodyguards that are armed. So
Oh, yeah.
how silly is it that you're like, yes, I take a stance with you. Okay. And the global warming people that have private jets, like, okay, Sharon, maybe you should stop listening to these celebrities because they're very detached from reality.
Oh, 100%. And really quickly, Raider, thank you for the 5946 with the glare face, the
Hi,
eye
Raider.
roll. I'm
It's
sorry,
all
Raider.
love. It's all love.
It is. It is. I
At least you
swear.
said something. At least you put, like, an
I know.
emoji.
You know what? I appreciate that. Until it's, middle finger emojis. Like,
Yeah.
be nicer to me. But
Raider would
like,
never. He's a
no,
gentleman.
that's true. Thank you so much for that. But like you were saying, she had said in the statement, which by the way is so long and well thought out. I think that she's been sitting on this for a long time, kind of like preparing for one of these people to either speak up and change their stance. But it says, like other people who've never experienced adult life uncushioned by wealth and fame, Emma has so little experience of real life, she's ignorant of how ignorant she is. She'll never need a homeless shelter. She's never going to be placed on a mixed sex public hospital ward. I'd been astounded if she'd been in a high street changing room since childhood. Her public bathroom is single occupancy and comes with a security man standing guard outside the door. Has she had to strip off in a newly mixed sex changing room at a council run swimming pool? Is she ever likely to need a state run rape crisis center that refuses to guarantee an all female service to find herself sharing a prison cell with a male rapist who's identified into the women's prison? I think that this is so phenomenal, and truly every paragraph here is basically a mic drop moment.
Oh, absolutely. Every single, because I read the whole thing on my stream earlier, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna read bits of it. But then I just went in and read the whole thing because I'm like, I don't, there's nothing that I can miss here. Like I have to say it all, right? Um, but honestly, I probably could have just had the paragraph you said, and I would have gotten the point across. But it was a
Yeah.
powerful message, and she's right. Like I don't agree with everything J.K. Rowling says, right?
Oh,
She's a
absolutely
feminist,
not.
but I do agree with her take that has to do with feminism where, women are women. So, and that's the biggest, and that's what people got so mad at her about. And she was one of the first I remember seeing of them like eating their own, right? Because I don't know if she was considered like a leftist or anything, because, back when this all
Well,
started,
she
I wasn't
was
even into
because
it.
she had previously, it was after the movies had ended. I want to say it was like 2012 or something. She had basically come out after the movies were done, or there was maybe like one more. And she had said, oh, actually, I always imagined Dumbledore to be gay
Oh,
after there
that's
was the
right.
fan movement. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So,
Yeah.
but
It's
again,
pretty bad.
I'm not even a fan of Harry Potter, but she doesn't deserve the hate that she was getting, and to get like death threats and everything because you realize that there's only two genders.
An
Speaking of that,
opinion that like 96, maybe 97% of the population believes. What do you mean?
yeah, exactly. But and speaking of that, someone mentioned on my stream that you're still on Blue Sky. How's that going? Like
Oh,
you haven't gotten
me?
banned yet.
I haven't gotten banned yet. I know, shocking. It's probably
They
a
told me
record.
they told me to make one and see how fast I can get banned. I'm like, literally, all I have to do is say there's only two genders, and I'll be banned in 3 seconds. Probably on there. They're so
Yeah,
sensitive.
probably. I don't use it. I just
You just
have
have
it.
it.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that I
okay.
have my tag, but yeah, I don't actually use Blue Sky. I could be insufferable as hell though.
Oh, you could. That would be hilarious to see. If you ever just get like bored of it and you just want to stir up trouble, just tweet something out or whatever it's called over there and see what happens.
Yeah, but the final paragraph here, which I also think is really good, is adults can't expect to cozy up to an activist movement that regularly calls for a friend's assassination, then assert their right to the former friend's love as though the friend was in fact their mother. Emma is rightly free to disagree with me and indeed to discuss her feelings about me in public, but I have the same right and have finally decided to exercise it. And I definitely think that even though Emma Watson is now softening her stance, she definitely shouldn't be forgiven for how much she's looked the other way. And I don't necessarily think that JK is doing that here, but at the same time, I don't think that JK fully holds it against Emma because I feel like here she's also going, well, she was a kid who grew up in the spotlight, so she's had to go through a lot of other social pressures, which I do think is good she's acknowledging, but at the same time I feel like a lot of these child actors definitely use that as the excuse when they've realized they can't milk it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, when she says that, that she can't help but feel that because it's not a popular thing right now to hate on J.K. Rowling, now she comes out and is like, well, all about love.
Yeah.
So it seems the timing just seems I'd feel the same way if I was her because I wonder if, the witch hunt or whatever you want to call it was still going on so heavily if she would have said that.
Yeah, and there's so many people that obviously are supporting JK, and there are some people out there who are saying, well, at least Emma Watson's kind of acknowledging JK Rowling again, but at the same time, I don't want to say that Emma Watson is, somebody who should be forced into the spotlight at all times. I don't think that that's healthy for anybody. And it's probably good that she's like taking some time to really like find out who she is after so many, years in the spotlight. But I feel like maybe because it's been so many years since she's really starred in a role, she can see that the tide is shifting in the public eye. I don't want to say in Hollywood because that's
Mm-mm.
definitely not the case, but at least in the public eye. And so maybe she's kind of ready to get back in the swing of things. And so now she's trying to be a little bit softer in her stance.
Yeah. I don't wanna completely just, like, disregard it because it could
Yeah,
be where
no.
she, like, has grown a little bit and realized, maybe I was harsh or something like that, but I still it's just like for JK, it's like you can forgive because when you don't forgive people, depending on what they do, right? It eats away at you and it lives rent free in your head, right? So but just, like, don't forget. It doesn't mean let her back into your life and be buddy buddy with her, but accept the, I don't know if you would call that an apology, but maybe?
I
Not
don't
really
know if I'd go that far.
yeah, I don't think it's an apology, except the, I don't know what you would even wanna call it, the gesture,
Yeah.
but don't forget, and if, like, after this, Emma actually came out and publicly apologized, I think that would turn the tides a little bit more, where she might be like, "Okay," she maybe can accept it, but I don't think she is. I feel like Emma got just absolutely annihilated here, so she probably won't talk about it again. I feel like if she does more interviews, her publicist is probably going to say we're not talking about J.K. Rowling. I wouldn't be surprised if they
Well,
said
I
that.
I think that if she made a more strongly worded statement multiple times, people would view her very differently. But because this is the first, I don't even again want to like call it an apology, but the first
Mm-mm.
maybe acknowledgement or changing of the tide that she's done, and it was so weak. I think that that's why she's still facing a lot of backlash because I think that if she actually came out and made a full apology, JK would probably forgive her and then other people would forgive her.
Yeah, except for the left, they would eat her.
Oh,
They
well,
eat their own.
yeah,
They
of
would go nuts.
course.
I
Oh,
mean, look at
yeah.
what happened with Jamie Lee Curtis just for simply saying that it was sad that someone was murdered. Oh no, let's attack
Yeah.
you now.
Yep, that's it. No
Looney
more for
Tunes,
you.
man.
It's so sad that this is how, of course, these people act. Oh, it's fine when somebody I dislike gets assassinated. Oh, and I'm perfectly fine with canceling someone for not sharing every little opinion that I have. But when I'm silenced, now that's just not okay. That's unconstitutional.
It's the tolerant left. That's how they are. The
Oh yeah,
party
they're
of love.
very tolerant.
Oh, I had to tell my mom because she was on Threads and I was like, "Mom, stay off Threads." She's like, "Well, I didn't know. I thought it was Instagram." I'm like, "Yeah. No. That is where everyone that cried about actual free speech on Twitter went so that they could cry about it."
I've never used Threads. Is it like
Um,
really bad?
oh, it's awful. Like, there's still people over there saying, like, talking about Jimmy Kimmel, like, well, he didn't lie though. Charlie was killed by a MAGA guy. And I'm like, to this day, like, it's been 3 weeks and it was proven almost immediately that that was not the case, but they still believe it and they're still standing by their Jimmy Kimmel. Like, not fair. He didn't lie. He didn't say anything bad. Yes, he did. But Thread is awful. Threads, I have like where my reels will just like automatically upload there, but I never check. But like my mom will send me something, and I'm like, "What'd she send me?" I look, and I'm like, "Why don't send me Thread stuff, mom? I don't need the rage bait right now."
Yeah, no, I get that. I know that like Facebook is filled with misinformation and like
Oh
AI. I don't use Facebook, but
no, I
man, as
haven't.
far as I'm aware, like it got really bad really fast.
Oh, it did, and like with this Charlie stuff, I weirdly there was like all this NFL lies that went around, like this team and this quarterback and person donated money to his foundation. And my mom even sent me something, and she's like, Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld are the godparents to his kids. And I was like, Mom, where did you read that? Facebook, Mom. put Facebook down, and I looked it up, and immediately I'm like, it literally says that that information is not public, which makes a lot more sense than Josh
Mom,
Allen and Haley
put the
Steinfeld.
misinformation away.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, like, I'm glad she comes to me because she knows that I will tell her,
Well,
like, what's
right.
real." But I told her, I was like, "Listen," and she's like, "But when I Google search it, that first thing that comes up," I'm like, and I look and I'm like, I see, like, she sends me the screenshot and I'm like, "That's Facebook. The first thing that pops up on your Google search is Facebook." And she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "It's fine. It's
Oh
fine."
my gosh. Well, at least she's willing to come to you and at least ask though.
Because she knows I'll be real with her, like, besides something, because she's still up in New York, so if she goes to one of her friends or something, they're gonna be like, they're gonna lie to her.
Oh yeah,
"M
absolutely.
Mom, get off Facebook." Yeah, I tell her, like, "Facebook and Threads, no. Just have fun on Instagram. It has your little puppies and all the food videos you like. Stay over there."
Yep. Don't travel to the political side or else
No.
you're cooked.
Yes. Poor mom.
Yeah, poor mom. But I mean, JK hasn't made another statement, since she put out this basically book excerpt, which I still think is a really good statement. Maybe JK needs to learn to take videos though, Maybe maybe voice her thoughts that way a little bit more because this is insane.
That is long. I don't think she's gonna ever say anything else again, but that would have been nice if she did like like a YouTuber apology video style, right? It is just
Yeah.
like, "Emma Watson,
Yeah.
F off, you." No.
I
That was a
wonder
classy
though.
response. No, cussing or anything. She did it right, but yeah, a video, it could have been a 10-second video, and then I could have tried to read it just like that one
The
guy.
one that was,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
that was moving way too sporadically.
Yes.
That was pretty funny, but I mean, I don't agree with everything J.K. Rowling's ever said, and I definitely don't agree with everything, Emma Watson's ever said or done. Really, they are pretty similar people, to be honest. Like they're both feminists. They're just on the different side of what feminism truly means and who falls into feminism.
Feminists
Um
suck.
yeah, they really do. Feminists are freaky and I don't like them. Because
No.
feminism isn't about equality anymore. It's about
Mm-mm.
denigrating men in order to prop up women, which is the problem. If it was still about equality and we were still having equality problems, I'd be like, okay, yeah. But these feminists, they're not talking about other places in the world where women are treated like garbage and basically treated as property, like the collective shout Karens and the sweet baby ink women, because, well, that's not profitable.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It Yeah, that always got to me, it's kind of the same thing, like, feminists are very similar to, like, the leftists, right? Let's talk about, like, the gay leftists that are like, "I'm so oppressed in America, I'm gonna move to, like, I don't know, the Middle East or something." It's like,
Bye.
do you pay any attention? Like, I know you've probably seen, I can't
No.
say whose names they are because I can't, I don't recall, but some of the people that don't like, that aren't super political, but they'll go on the streets and just say, "So is this Hamas or like Taliban?" And they
Yeah.
ask these people, and like they say like really bad stuff. Like they'll take you in the streets and do this or that. Like I won't get into that now, but they say the terrible stuff, and it was always Hamas, and like the girls are like, wow, like they actually got educated, right? It
Yeah.
wasn't an argument. Or, if they say like, "Are you for Palestine or this?" And like they say, and like, "Well, are you, they kill gay people over there. Are you still for them?" And like, "Oh, well, I didn't know that. So who are you for now?" I don't know. Like it's like, yeah, maybe you're gonna go home and do some research now.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
it just
feel,
shows how uneducated they are, and I
yeah.
can't, like, I'm to the point now where if it's something that I've known, like, my entire life, a fact, before I talk about it on the internet, I'm like, "Hold on. Let me look into this real quick and make sure
Well,
that I
it's
didn't
like
have
you always have
misinformation."
a computer accessible, whether it's an actual desktop or a laptop or even your phone. Like, it's
Mhm.
so easy to double check before you start talking about something. And there's so many
Yeah.
people out there who I guess I don't want to say that they're just too stupid because they clearly know how to use the internet, but
They're
they want to
ignorant.
intentionally, yeah, they want to stay ignorant.
Yes, because and that's something that I just will never understand. It's always gonna get me because if right now, if there's something that I fully believe and someone comes to me with facts and they prove me wrong, I'm gonna be like, "Well, shoot. Thank you for that. Now I'm not stupid anymore." and it's people that want to do that. And they're like, don't tell me the opposite. Orange man bad. Shut up. And they get all upset. It's like, okay. I mean, like I had on my stream earlier today, I talked about like fact check your fury, right? And that's on both sides. It's worse on the left, but I lately, I don't know if you noticed this too. I won't point anything out because I don't want to like anyone to feel like I'm calling them out because some of it's creators that just, and I understand it. Like when you get angry about something and you just tweet it or retweet it, check first because some of it's not accurate and
Yeah.
people, it causes the rage bait and it makes everybody mad. And then you look into it like 2 hours after you posted it and find out that it wasn't true. And you're like, shoot, and you got 30 people mad about it. You gotta pay attention. It's definitely something that happens more so on the left. But the difference between us and them, we'll say between like the middle people and the right is that when you point out that we're wrong, we're more willing to listen.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's like nobody can be right 100% of the time, and that's fine, you know? It's okay to admit you're wrong, but at the same time, it's not that hard to do your due diligence. Like sure, as a, creator, right? There will be times I talk about rumors and speculation, but like I'm very clear about that up front and I try to make everybody be as aware that it is a rumor as possible. And then there's times where, yeah, you believe that there's this one piece of news that can be believed and then it's not. And then it's like you clarify. But the left is definitely extremely bad about admitting when they're wrong because they take everything so personally and like it's an attack on them as a human being when it's not.
I've had conversations with people about this that are smarter than me and they could dive into it more. But it's a sign of low IQ when people get like that, right? When they choose
Yeah.
violence, when you're trying to speak with them and because you're proving them wrong, they wanna use physical violence against you. Like, it doesn't matter. It's mostly honestly, they're mostly on the left because that's why people like that aren't really on the right because they could do critical thinking, and when you prove them wrong, they're like, "Thank you for that." Correcting me. But on the other side, like you said, they think it's a personal attack. It's like, no, it's just facts. I've had conversations with people, not even about like political stuff. And they got like a location wrong somewhere, like on a map. And I'm like, well, no, that's actually in Europe or something like that. And they're like, no, no. And I'm like, well, pull up the it's in Europe. And they get so, no, no, no. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, it looks like that's been moved now to, I don't know, America, but it's like London's in America now, folks. I don't know. I had this weird argument like a long time ago with somebody. I don't remember what city it was, but it was definitely in Europe, and they were like, "Nope," and I'm like, "Okay, the map is wrong. You're the only right person." And I was like, "I'm leaving because you're driving me crazy right now. I can't do this argument."
Yeah, it also doesn't help when you're younger than somebody, especially like
Hmm.
significantly younger, and there's just so many people that hate that. Like, oh my gosh, sorry, I know how to use Google the same way you could learn how to use it.
I learned how to use a computer in elementary school. Sorry.
Yep. It's just us and our unfair advantage.
Yeah, I mean everybody, even people that didn't grow up with computers, should be smarter now. Right?
Mm.
We should be Oh, is that code red?
No, it's the new cherry lemon flavor.
Ooh, I should try I don't drink soda a lot, but I do like cherry stuff. Sorry, that caught my eye, and I was like, "Oh, I should try that."
Yeah,
Get a
it's
sugar
like
rush.
it's like apparently like a gummy worm collab. I got the sugar-free one. It tastes really, really good, but it's so
Ooh.
sweet that I could imagine like the one with sugar being like disgustingly sweet.
Yeah, whenever I do get soda, I also get sugar-free, so I'm gonna have to try that.
It's good.
Thanks.
Anyway, like you were saying.
I don't even remember now, I'm thinking about soda. But squirrel, yes, squirrel.
But yeah, I
Um,
mean, when Google is at the tips of your
oh,
fingers,
yeah.
it's really not that hard to, I don't know,
Mm-mm.
take the 2 seconds to look something up.
Yeah, that's true, like, I get people that'll ask me stuff, and I'm like, "You have Google."
Yeah.
It's like the older people, like, in their 40s and 50s. I'm like, "Okay, Google screenshot send there. It took me 2 seconds. You could have done it yourself." But you know how parents used to be when they'd be, like, on the phones, like, to search things or, like, to text, and, like, with the one finger, I'm like,
Yep.
use your thumb and work it. And now with the swipe, oh my gosh. I think parents now normally, because like my dad or someone will send me a message and there's no punctuation at all. I'm like, you use voice to text and just kept going. It didn't say period. Or and I'm like, okay, let me decipher this right now because I'm getting confused. No just no periods, nothing. Like, all right, thanks for the 2 paragraphs. And because it goes fast too, so they do voice to text. Like, yeah, you did not type that fast.
Yeah, no, but that's okay. A for effort.
Yeah, right. They're trying.
Yeah, that's true. Jabroni, thank you for the 2. I love watching feminists go after each other. Yeah, I mean, feminists the problem is that I feel like, and maybe again, this is a meme online and maybe it is true, right? Women are extremely competitive against one another, like even more so if they were against a man, but I mean, yeah, feminists are even worse because all they really have to, or the only thing they have to bank off of really is their gender.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? Women are competitive. I love when I find people like Vara, women like her that aren't competitive, that you get along so and you're like, cool, we get along. But I've
One
met
bad take, Wicked, and you're off this show.
I'm done with you.
Yeah.
Oh, please. I didn't after that auction thing, you didn't kick me off. We're good. I had a hard time
Oh,
reading
yeah.
simple words because it was just going so fast. I was like, I was about to go
It was so
cross-eyed.
funny. So weird.
But I know that in your life you've dealt with this too. Like when you've met a girl that like you think is super cool and you're like, yay, we're friends. And then you can tell that they're looking at you as like
Yeah.
competition. And it's like, oh, well, there goes that.
Yep, and that's just how, unfortunately, a lot of human beings are in general, but I feel like especially women
I think
stuff.
it has a lot to do with the way you're raised because some women,
Yeah,
and not to like crap on anybody because like, I'm American, right? I don't know Italian or Spanish, but I come from my dad's side is Puerto Rican, but I don't have that like there's some Hispanic women who are very competitive with other women that I've seen. It's not just Hispanics, but growing up in New York, I seen that a lot where I made friends with like a girl who's Hispanic, I guess, and then we're like tight, and then all of a sudden it turns, and it's not just Hispanics, it's been all types, but I've just seen it prominently for some reason in that type, like, and I think it's because of the way that their moms raise them to be that way because there's literally moms that will say like you look at this girl as competition, and that's so sad because how do you make real friends then? My mom was
right, you
never like
can't.
that. My mom was just the type that like I bring a girl around and she could tell if she was like a hoe or something like I don't
Yeah.
like her, and then I'm like, ma, it's fine, and then 2 months later I'm like, you were right,
Yeah.
she nasty. Moms have
Yeah.
like that hodar.
That sixth sense.
Yes, they do. Listen to your mom, guys. They know.
Yeah,
She's
for
it's
sure.
been maybe it's the Italian in her. She's got that Italian sixth sense or
Yeah,
whatever, fifth
maybe.
sense. She's like she walks in, she's like, "Nope." The way her hair's
Instantly.
parted, she's like, oh, no kidding. She never said that, but she just knew there was one in particular that she was so right about, and I was like, "Dang, mom, should have listened to you." And after that, I did, and she was always right.
Yeah, that's moms for you.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you. Hope your night's going good. Carlos, thank you for the 5. After the whole Black Snape fiasco, I've been curious about how else Warner Brothers will mess up the Harry Potter series. Maybe Hermione will be a girl boss. I feel like Hermione always kind of was a character that would have fallen under like the girl boss category because she was always smarter than the boys around her. She was always very outspoken. She was always very like strong-willed. Now, if they'll make her insufferable, it wouldn't shock me, but I don't know. The actress that they chose seems pretty passionate about the role, which is good.
Yeah. I see. I can't really put anything into like uh what I feel about the characters cast. Like obviously, like the Snape thing is insane. You had Adam Driver right there.
Yeah. I
He
don't know
was right
why
there.
they didn't do that, but
It's like they did that because they wanted to make people mad. At this point, I really think that's what they're doing. Because yeah, okay, if somebody is a good actor and can play the role properly, okay, but you could find someone that looks the part if you're adapting a book or something that's already been out there and the character has been written a certain way, like Snape, who the way he's described in the books, when you do what they're doing, it's totally on purpose.
Oh yeah,
You can't tell me
100%.
different. They are doing it on purpose.
And hey, maybe they'll actually cast a trans actor as Voldemort or a woman.
That'd be funny, but at the same time, if they did that, the trans community would probably get mad. Like, oh,
Yeah.
so we have to be the evil person? Like, that's not cool. We should be the hero. We're offended. Cancel Harry Potter. Cancel everybody. Cancel HBO. And then there'll be like 3 people outside picketing it.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that, but it would be very funny. I
I
would
wouldn't be
love to see those
surprised.
meltdowns. Hey, I
Oh,
mean, if they get Black Snape, we also need a win. So.
we need a win, all right? I mean, if they got mad over Sydney Sweeney wearing jeans,
Oh God. Oh no.
yeah, I mean,
Never mind an evil character going around murdering children.
yeah,
So,
right.
I don't think that would sit very well with them.
No, probably not.
Probably not. M2M, thank you for the 2. People who hate hot women don't deserve respect. Probably true and real. I can agree to that. Hot women deserve attention too.
Yeah. You don't want to be, what's the word? Like an insult. Come on now.
Yeah.
I think that was the right
Jabroni.
word.
I think it was. Yeah.
I'm just throwing stuff around, whatever.
Yeah. It's fine. Incel, toxic, grifter. Throw that one into the mix. That's a good one too.
All of them.
Yep. Jabroni, thank you for the 2. Read Occult Feminism by Rachel Wilson. Eye opener. I haven't read it, but I do know about it, and how she claims that it's like feminism has ties back to like pagan religions and the women who shaped the movement and all that. I haven't personally read it though, but I'll definitely write it down. Thank you for the 2. Cabal, thank you for the 5. There's probably a London in America. In Texas, we have a city named Paris, even if it even has an Eiffel Tower with a cowboy hat. See, the cowboy
That's
hat
cool.
makes it all the better. I can't believe they put a Bass Pro Shop in Egypt. That's crazy.
Did they really?
No. The
Oh.
pyramids, because it's pyramids.
Oh, wow. That went right over my head. I'm an idiot. I was like, did they really? Do they even fish over there?
Do they even fish over there? Wicked. You're smarter than that.
I know they fish over there. I just thought that I would add to it. It's the desert. There's no water.
You know what? That's okay.
You know
I'll
what?
let you
You're
have your
actually
blonde
kicked.
moment.
You're actually kicked off now. Goodbye.
Yeah. I'll let you have your blonde moment. It's okay.
Thank you. I need them.
Robert, thank you for the $4.99. Sometimes Halloween happens. Someone's got to deal with it. And who are you going to call? The female Ghostbusters.
Did you watch that?
I did watch that, unfortunately.
I didn't. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Next week, guys, Wicked's going to give us a dono goal. And when we hit it, she's going to be forced to watch it.
I'm going to be like all messed up, like puffy eyes from crying and rocking back and forth in the corner on the next stream.
Yeah. I don't think
Traumatized.
you want to watch it.
I will be traumatized.
It was pretty horrendous. I guess now it's funny because basically it made no money, nobody liked it, they all lost that job. So I guess it's kind of funny.
If you look at it a certain way, now if you look at everything the way Disparu does, everything is funny. You find humor in all of it. All that crap.
Could be worse. Michael, thank you so much for the 20. You two are doing just fine. There's always enough content to talk about true and real. Thank you so much for the 20, though. I really appreciate it.
Never
And
relax.
JJ, thank you for the 199. Canceled my Xbox GPU and selling my Xbox Series X. Yeah, we could get into talking about Xbox next because that has been a very, very hot topic over the past couple of hours. So I'm sure that there are some of you out there who haven't heard about this situation, but of course there are a lot of subscription services out there, which, wow, I was doing some math. If you had like Crunchyroll and you had Xbox and PlayStation, and then you had things like Spotify, and then you had all these different like Disney, Hulu, HBO bundles. hundreds of dollars a month if they really try to sell you on everything. But Xbox Game Pass has always been a service that I've personally liked. I've always recommended it because for casual gamers, instead of spending $70 for a single game, having the opportunity to spend, it was when Game Pass Ultimate first started, $15 a month, was really well priced. And then, of course, as time has gone on, it has shot up as so many subscription services have. And now Xbox's subscriptions are going up even more in price after announcing a 50% increase on Game Pass Ultimate, so the highest tier, bringing the top tier of the service to $29.99 a month. The cancellation page on Xbox's website crashed when it was flooded with traffic, and all day this page has been down pretty consistently, which I think is hilarious. You would think that Microsoft, of all companies, would have, a great web page. It would virtually never go down, but there's so much traffic going to it and so many people canceling. The page has virtually been down all freaking day.
That is, I don't think I've ever heard of traffic like that on like for cancellation. We seen this for Hollow Knight because everyone wanted to buy the game.
Yeah.
That's a positive crash. This is insane. Like so, because $30 is a lot. Okay, sometimes Xbox games can go on sale, and it's like at that point, if there's not enough games that you want to play, you could just buy the game that you want to play. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if it's something like online that you can play forever. I think I had Game Pass once, but I had it on my computer. That's the only reason I have the Xbox. Whatever the app.
App.
Yeah, because Sea of Thieves, I bought that when it first launched and it wasn't on Steam. So I bought it on
Right.
Microsoft. But I had the Game Pass for a little bit, but it was a sale where it was like $1. And this was probably
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 years ago. And like now for it to be $30, I ended up canceling it because like I don't know, I guess I'm cheap. I'm like, I didn't really play it enough. So it's like whatever. I think it went up. I think it was like a deal. Like you could get it for like that month for $1 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think that
Um
they've pretty consistently had that deal around for like your first month.
yeah. So but that's insane to me. I could see like 19 a month, I
Yeah.
guess. I think more along like 10, 15 would get a lot of people having the service and keeping it. But 30, do you know what the price was before they hiked it to 30?
So it has gone up by $5. So it's going from 25 to 30. So there's three tiers. There's a $10 tier, there's a $20 tier, and now this tier, which was 25, is going up to 30. And this is the tier that they give you the big games day one. So like Avowed, Call of Duty, their top percentage of games that like they know are probably going to make money, and they're trying to get as many people into the game as possible. So that this is the only tier that you get that service or you get that bonus. But when Game Pass had first launched, Ultimate was $15 a month. So in only a couple of years, it's gone up by $15, which is
That's a
just,
lot.
yeah, it's crazy to think about. Like, I understand that companies are always looking for ways to make more money, and sometimes service prices need to go up slightly. But there comes a point where people are sick and tired of basically getting stolen from, because it used to be a really good price. But when everything has a subscription service now and every subscription service is going up, yeah, I just don't see how they expect to keep people around with that. And even look at the Kimmel situation. We never heard about Disney going down. We never heard about their websites having problems. So,
No.
and I think that they had said, or somebody, I don't remember exactly where the report came from, said that they had like 1.7 million cancellations.
Wow.
So if that didn't even crash their page, I wonder how many are being canceled now from Xbox.
Yeah, that's insane. And some people just can't afford it. I mean, consoles are just expensive altogether. But if you prefer Xbox, you get your Xbox, right? And then you do this service because it saves you money. It's kind of like renting, right? Like you can't rent games anymore. So getting services like this, it's a way to play games without paying extra money. This is $360 a year.
Yeah.
And what is the average price for like an Xbox game? Like 50? So it's like at that price, you could just buy the games that you want and save money.
Yeah, like 50 to 70 depending
Yeah, it
on
depends.
the
Yeah.
tier. Yeah,
But they
but
actually have deals, unlike Nintendo, which I like. I
well,
love Nintendo games, but
yeah.
you never get a sale for Nintendo. Their games are $60. They've pretty much been $60 since the 90s. Okay, so, but with Xbox, sometimes their games go on sale and stuff. So me, if I only had an Xbox, I wouldn't keep the service. I would just wait. Like, okay, what games are coming out that I want to get? All right, mark it down. It's going to end up going on sale at some point, and people are also going to, sail the high seas to get their games now for free instead of paying them. So, but you're right. That is insane. Like, how many people were going to cancel if it crashed their site?
Well, right, exactly. And they're trying to sell you on the idea of all these extra benefits. Like it says you get Ubisoft Plus Classics and EA Play, and then like Fortnite Crew coming in November. I don't care about Fortnite Crew, so why should I have to pay more for a part of the service that I'm personally never going to use? I think what they should have done was they should have introduced a base across the board 9.99 tier. And then from
Yeah.
there, maybe what they did was they had it so you could add things on. So let's say I want the day one, the 75 plus day one games a year. Well, that adds $3 on or $5 on. Then I want the cloud gaming, that adds $3 on. And eventually it could be $30 if you wanted everything. But then I'm getting to pick and choose what I would prefer instead of being forced to have like Fortnite Crew. I don't care about that. So, like,
Yeah.
why would I personally want to pay more? You're not going to convince me as an average consumer to do that. Now, of course, as like a content creator, it's a little bit different because it's part of my job. But if I
Mhm.
was an average consumer, I probably wouldn't have even paid for it at 25 a month. I thought the sweet spot for Game Pass was 20, but
Yeah.
now it going to 30. And there's even reports that they wanted to, and now take it with a grain of salt, but that they wanted to raise it by $10 at once. But they, at a meeting, were like, no, 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 we can't do 10 at once. So that means that
They
even
want to go even
after this,
higher.
yeah, even after this five, in like a year, they're going to want to add on another five to it. That's mind blowing.
That is insane because you think of, services like, I don't know, like Prime or whatever, like the streaming services. When they raise it, they give you like an email and they let you know ahead of time and it's like $3.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like from like 10 to 13 or something. This is insane. I know it's only $5, but it's just like $30 is pretty high for that.
Absolutely. And there's
And you're right, like
so
regular
many.
consumers, there's some people who just can't afford it.
Yeah.
They
A
should
hundred percent.
that was perfect what you said. They should have different tiers. So if someone like, "Oh, I can only afford to really spend 15 a month on
But I
this." So,
really want those day one big games above
yeah.
everything else, then they can still get that because the only way to get access to that is paying that $30.
Yeah.
So it's not even in the $20 tier
That
because
is
that of course is
insane.
that's their bread and butter, right? That's what they're really trying to get you to buy the service for, which I just think that's so crazy. And of course, now there's all these screenshots online of people canceling the service, which I think is great. I love seeing people speak with their
Goodbye for now.
wallets.
Yeah.
This stupid lady's gonna be haunting their fucking dreams tonight. Oh, bye bye, loser.
Have fun not playing your games, nerd.
This stupid lady. All I see over and over and over is this lady. She's
Gonna haunt us
haunting me.
tonight. I know, we're gonna have bad dreams tonight now. Forget watching Fright Night. That didn't do it. It's that lady.
Yeah, and another point that people are making here is $30 a month for like three games you'll actually play. Those big games that they're getting you to pay the 30 a month for, those big games aren't every single month. So it's not even like you're getting an amazing game every single month. And then you add on to that information the fact that so many AAA games release now and they're buggy, they're broken, they shove a narrative in your face, they're just not high quality products, it's even less of a reason to subscribe to this service.
Yeah, I think this definitely I've always said with these companies, and I guess Disney doesn't count for this because they sure have been hitting their wallets and they're still going strong with losing money, but I digress. If you hit these companies in their wallets, that's when they start to listen. So I think people have they got their attention with this because I just can't believe that the website crashed. That when I read that, I was like, "Are you serious right
Yep.
now? That is
And
hilarious."
it's just the white screen. And I have seen some people saying, "Oh, maybe they intentionally shut it down." I don't think they
Oh,
would because first of all, that's super fucking illegal. But second
yeah.
of all, Microsoft is always one of those companies that of course is facing monopoly suits and monopoly claims, and they're always like riding a very thin line. They're always under major scrutiny. So I just don't think that they would play that stupid game because they know
Yeah.
what kind of stupid prize they could receive from it. But at the same time, maybe they just feel untouchable at this point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if they're really that stupid, then because there's gonna be people that might be able to figure that out, right? And then that's lawsuits. So that would be very stupid to do on top of you're making everybody mad right now. They're clearly trying to cancel masses of people are trying to cancel their subscription. So if you decide like, hey, let's just shut it down, oof, you're playing with fire there.
Here's my subscription page. It's nothing. So funny. Oh
Wow.
man. And of course they try to frame it as, "Oh, this is actually good. Look, Game Pass Essential, guys, a great way to get started and it's definitely worth it." And then getting started with the new Xbox Game Pass plans. I think the only way people are getting started is to not get started at all and cancel it, judging by the reaction, that's for sure.
I think of like, I don't know, college kids or kids who use their parents' credit card for this. $30 a month? No, I'm sorry, you can't have Xbox anymore. Like you know,
Yeah.
pass. And college
Imagine
kids that are living off
also,
ramen, like they can't
yeah.
afford this.
Well, right. And another point that I was thinking of earlier is there's a lot of parents out there who don't see they maybe they can't afford it or maybe they don't see the point in buying a single video game for 70 and so they've purchased their child an Xbox but they've relied on something like Game
Mhm.
Pass so that their kid can actually use the console but now it's like $30 is getting pretty high up there. And again, I completely understand the argument of, well, it's only gone up by $5, but $30 every single month is still it's still a chunk of change in my opinion for a subscription service for games or for the ability to play games that it's not like you're ever getting any that you're actually owning. It's just renting them. I still think that that's getting really really scummy and greedy of Microsoft.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I remember, like I said earlier, Nintendo was expensive. The first console that I ever had was the Nintendo 64. And my mom bought me a couple of games for it, but they were very expensive. So most of the time, if a new game came out and I wanted to play it, we rented it because you
Yeah.
could still do that. You could go to like Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, whatever. Um, and that's how I played stuff. Nowadays, like if I was a kid now, I don't know what games are even more expensive, not just Nintendo. I will say that Nintendo's kind of stayed consistent besides removing the
Yeah,
Switch 2 stuff.
consistently fucking scummy.
Expensive. I mean, like with their
Yeah.
prices,
Yeah,
besides
yeah,
with
yeah.
Switch 2, their prices stayed like $50, $60 for a game, and it's always been that way. But now they hiked it, which is not. That's what I mean. Like, say my
Yeah.
mom got me the Switch 2 instead of a 64. You get one game and that's it. That's all
Yeah.
you're getting because you can't rent them now. So yeah, this I think they're going to end up pulling back a little bit because they're losing so many customers. I don't know. I think they should. I think $20, like you said, is perfect. If they're not going to do tiers, just make it 20, and enough people would stay to where they're making money. But I think even 25 is too much. It's just that they've slowly been creeping up to that 30, and it gets even though it's just $5, like well, when I first signed up, it was 20, and now it's up to 30. Like I can't afford this. A lot of people can't. I
Yeah.
know to some people it's like, oh, it's only $30, but that's $360 a year. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Yep. I thought that this image was kind of funny. I warned people not to celebrate Microsoft buying ABK. I told them about Microsoft's track record of buying companies and then closing or ruining them. And also told them it's not just Microsoft companies buying each other is terrible for the customer, ending competition and concentrating the market in a few conglomerates. They called me a whiny and envious crybaby, Sony fanboy. They mocked me. I don't even play on PlayStation, which definitely is so true. Like, when companies the size of Microsoft start buying up other smaller companies and they start absorbing them, sure, we do see closures and we do see game cancellations, but by this point, companies, the deal's already gone through, it's gone too far, but Microsoft needs, of course, to make as much money back as possible. When you're spending, $50 billion on one single entity, yeah, you have to expect a company to do anything possible to make money back. And, well, I think we all expected Game Pass to go up a little bit, but going up by $5 whole at once, and the rumors that they had wanted to go up by 10 is wild to me.
That's that is nuts. And okay, think about what's coming out in 2026. We'll use that since this year's only got a few months left. Like if you calculate it, right? Say there's 4 games, just 4 games. Even if every game coming out you want, does that even equal $360? Trying to think
No,
because it's like if you
no,
want the
because
new
70
stuff,
each.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. So it's like they're doing this, and anybody's like, well, I'm just going to buy the physical copy of it now, and I'll own it forever, because not everybody likes all games, right? So if you like first person shooters, whatever's coming out, you like Resident Evil, like, okay, I'm just gonna wait and get that and save a bunch of money. Save more money, like even if you're paying like the 25, but it's I don't know, just makes sense. That's what I would do. Even if, like I had the money to do it, I'd be like, this is a lot of money. So I would sit there and be like, okay, so what games do I actually want to play next year? Okay, let's
Yeah.
cancel this and just buy
Oh,
the
and
games.
sorry, guys, I meant 10. I think I said 5 to 10. It was 10, sorry. But yeah, I mean, either way, it's so unacceptable when companies feel like they can do basically whatever they want because they feel like they're untouchable when they're not. And I love seeing people, you know, vote with their wallets and cancel subscriptions. And I love seeing people be passionate to the point where they say to themselves, okay, like enough is enough. I'm not going to support it anymore. But as I always say with companies the size of Sony's and Microsoft, it's hard to avoid these companies, right? Let's say I don't pay for Game Pass. There's bound to be a game that Microsoft puts out, or there's bound to be a web browser I use. There's bound to be, I don't know, a Windows key I have to buy. Either way, it's basically impossible to not support companies of this size, but it is good to try to reduce the amount you support them as much as possible.
Send a message.
Yeah.
Because they need to listen to the people that to their customers, and a lot of these companies they don't. It used to. This is a big example in films these days, but now it's fallen trickled down into gaming as well. The customer is always right is the way that they used to think, and they would actually listen to customer feedback. But now it's like, no, if you don't like what we're doing, you're the problem. And all these companies are like that, and it's insane to think that they don't want to listen to the people that are paying them to be able to do what they do, giving them money. So, when you hit them in their wallets, they tend to listen a little bit, at least in theory. You would think that they would listen. I guess we'll find out.
I don't think that they're going to backtrack on it. I think that they are seeing a lot of cancellations, and maybe, we'll get those figures by like a leaker who will give us more info on it, but I feel like they knew for a fact that there was going to be major backlash.
Yeah.
So they still went ahead with it.
Yeah. Let me put this in the private chat for you if you want to pull it up. I just saw a tweet about the ratio on the video.
Oh God. I bet it's wild.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty bad.
uh
And this was from 3 hours ago. I bet you it's even worse now.
oh yeah, what's new, what's changing? Whew, 6.3 to 20K. Let me see if I can find it really quickly.
Let's see like what it hit. Yeah.
Xbox, what's new and what's changing? Oh God, here we go. What is it? Whew, 6.9 to 25,000 dislikes. Not looking so
Yeah.
positive for them. 7,000 comments. This is how we play now. Sounds like the most unintentionally threatening slogan I've ever seen. Brave of them to leave the comments on. I don't remember my feedback being raise the price by 50%. I don't think anybody asked for that ever. What do you mean by my feedback? When did I ask for a price increase? $29.99 a month is fucking insane and honestly a slap in the face to loyal fans. Feedback for the next update, lower the price. I hope they do genuinely because I want people to be able to buy games and enjoy games and pay for these services that they feel that they're going to get good deals out of. But at the same
Yeah.
time, like, man, these companies are so greedy. If they go back now, I bet in 2 or 3 or 4 months they'll just raise it anyway
Yeah, they might
again.
backtrack for a few months to get people back, and but that's.
Or
I mean,
oh, we're
honestly,
only
I don't know what
doing
they can do.
right, we're only doing half of that initial amount now, and then of course in 6 months it's that other half, so it just ends up being the same price at the end of the day anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
It's
guess
sad
we'll see.
though.
I would like to see a number. What do you think? Just like a ballpark. I know that it's so hard to
Um,
probably try and judge like how many people or how much money do you think that they're
well, I
losing
think
from
that
this?
Game Pass has 35 million subscribers. How
Okay.
many subscribers? Game Pass has over 35 million. Yeah, so I think maybe they saw, oh God, I don't know. I don't know, because I mean, if Disney had recently faced, you
Yeah, how
know,
much was that? That
I
was like
think
1
Jimmy
point.
Kimmel was 1.7 or
Mhm.
1.5.
I'm gonna guess that maybe like
Hmm.
2 to no, I'm gonna guess maybe like 3 million.
Yeah, it could be three, but
Might probably more, but that's just low,
yeah,
like a low
I think if
number.
they hit like I think if they went over that though, they would backtrack because that would really be a significant percentage of cancellations.
Yeah,
But even
absolutely.
so, it's not like people it's not like people are going to be charged. So now people are not maybe some people are not going to even hear that they backtracked and they're not going to gain those subscriptions back anyway.
No. So they're just kind of stuck now. They're probably just gonna keep it, but they
Sucks to
might.
suck.
Sucks to suck. Yeah, it's true though. They should do some kind of like poll. Like, if we lower it, will you come back
Yeah.
and
Please,
see?
please forgive us. But
We'll
yeah,
see.
I'll be keeping my eye on this though. I can't say I feel all that bad for a company as big as Microsoft, but I feel bad for all of the people who have utilized the service and who don't want to spend, $70 on a new game every couple of weeks or every month, and so they rely on services like this to at least be able to have some fun, and then it, you know,
It's
gets
sad.
raised so high.
It's the gamers that are suffering.
Yeah.
The ones that don't have the money, which you even if you do have the money, not everyone wants to spend it.
Well, yeah.
So it's they're greedy and they suck.
Yep.
That's my end
Every
take on
company
it.
ever.
I mean,
100%.
yes, yeah.
Carlos, thank you for the five. Voldemort is going to be a female. Cynthia or Reva would be perfect casting for she who shall not be named with the long fingernails. Yeah, I could see that.
She's terrifying.
She really is. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything where I thought she was half decent, but
I mean, she was fine in Wicked. I don't particularly care for her or Ariana Grande. I seen
yeah.
Wicked live, and thought it was, decent years ago. And watching the movie, I'm like, okay, I can see why this didn't get that much hate, but I don't care for the actresses. But also, to be fair, Cynthia Erivo looks better as the Wicked Witch of the West than in her like green. You know what I mean? She looks less frightening as a witch. So I don't know what that tells you, but.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Mangus, thank you for the 3 months. Netflix is also facing a boycott following close to uh pronounce. You mean pronouns? Release Splinter Cell. I know that that does come out soon, right? Is this come out this month?
I
I
think so.
think.
I had to delete that from my stream because I got my stream blocked for watching the trailer.
That's
And
so
I paused and
stupid.
talked over it. Like there was no music or anything. And I'm like, you know what, Netflix, you suck.
Yeah, Netflix
Again,
is terrible.
it's ironic that we can watch Disney stuff.
Yeah,
They don't get you,
that
but
is
Warner
true.
Brothers. I also had to remove the Bride one that we watched.
Oh,
I think my
really?
video, yeah, I got hit for that, and I'm like,
Stupid.
so dumb. And we stopped every like
We
6 seconds too
did.
for that one. I was like, you know what, Warner Brothers and Netflix, I will not promote any of your crap anymore. Not that I promote it, but I'm not gonna look at your trailers on stream anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that you can't even react, even though it's fair use.
They should want you to because like we were hyping up the Bride movie.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's not like we were talking negatively about it anyway.
No, they're just stupid.
Yep. Joe, thank you for the £5. Hey, ladies, I might be getting arrested here in the UK for saying anything, and I've got to sign up for the digital ID soon. Keep up the good work, Vara. Well, that doesn't sound
Ugh.
very good.
Yeah, that
Yikes.
doesn't. Praying for you
Yeah.
over there, man. Things are crazy.
Yeah, the
You don't mind me,
UK
my
is
nose getting
wild.
itchy. You start seeing me get weird. I'm like, I think my allergies are kind of flaring up. I don't usually get them, but after I moved to Florida, I got them. So thanks, Florida. I love
Yeah,
it
it
here, but
sucks.
this it's a weather change right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. But thank you for the 5, Joe. Sorry to hear about that. That sucks.
That's awful.
Mangus, thank you for the 5. At this point, we're gonna almost boycott everything except the few indies that understand the art and creating good games and movies, etc. Which is true. There are a lot of really amazing indie games that come
Hmm.
out and that deserve attention. And I've said it for a long time now. I hope that the AAA companies basically get booted out of the industry and then the double A's become triple A's, like the Expedition 33s. That would be amazing. And then you have the Silksong devs, Team Cherry, becoming the new double A's.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would love to see that. I'm very. I'd love to promote indie games. You know, like you think of like what was it? I can't remember the name right now. Everyone was playing it. It was the you worked for the company. I'm drawing a blank right now. You play with your friends. It was really funny. Lethal Company? Lethal Company.
Oh,
That was
Lethal
one
Company.
person, wasn't it? That made Lethal Company?
I think so.
Like stuff like that, that's so cool.
Yeah. There are really passionate people out there that deserve a hell of a lot more attention. That's for sure. Thank you for the 20. That's okay. Light just canceled the card used instead. They can't stop the inevitable, but in all seriousness, that should be illegal. You should not be forced to spend your money on something if you if you choose to no longer support it. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily believe that like Microsoft shut the web page down so people like wouldn't cancel because that's so insanely illegal. But I wouldn't put it past a company to act really, really shitty.
Yeah, I agree. Again, I think, you know, if they're smart, but they have shown time and time again that sometimes they just aren't, that would
Nope.
be a dumb move because if anybody can prove that they did that, they would get sued. And it wouldn't just be by the person that could prove it, right? Like they would put that out there and there'd probably be some lawyer handling, okay, you sue an Xbox, come to me. I'm dealing with all the, you know what I mean? It would become a big thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they did. I think it's more likely that people were just in droves going to cancel because they were so angry.
Yep. I 100% agree. Blah blah, women prattle, blah blah, women prattle. I mean, we're Furbies. What do you expect? It's
Yeah,
just who we are.
I'll hail the Furbies. This is my little stoned Furby.
Oh, I love it. It's so cute. I love it.
Mhm.
Thank you for the 2 months. Very you a Spider-Man fan? I do like Spider-Man, yeah, but my favorite superhero would be Batman. I'm
She's a Batman girly.
Yeah, I definitely am. I am. But I would also say I generally prefer DC over Marvel. So, yeah, not that you asked, but I'll give you that answer
Just let you
anyway.
know that too.
Yeah. M2M, thank you for the 10. There are girl VTubers who want trad men but think trying relationships with viewers is parasocialism. But I think there can be genuine viewers who can commit to proper relationships. Agree or disagree?
What the trad man? I know trad wives. Is it that like
I'm
just the
I'm
man taking care of the
guessing,
home?
yeah, I'm guessing it's just the man, right, taking care of the home, taking care of the bills, all that. Um, I personally am not somebody who has ever really, I guess,
That's a tough question.
yeah, like fully thought about it. I mean, I'm sure that there are people in every audience that are normal individuals, but I guess it would depend on what VTubers you're talking about, because there are some VTubers who have like insanely almost rabid fan bases, like any content creator can. So like I think that that would be like my follow-up question.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, yes, the being public on the internet, you get a lot of, crazies and just uh certain kinds of people, but I think the VTubers for sure because you get like, the anime loving people that kind of I'm not hating on it's fine. Like we have
Yeah.
VTuber friends. I'm just saying some of them can be normal, like you said, but
Yeah.
there's some that really like I think a strong example would be they would want to actually date the VTube skin, not the person behind it. You know what I mean? Like those
Yeah.
kind of people that don't live in reality.
Going around with his body pillow of
Yeah,
her
yeah,
VTuber and
yeah.
avatar.
Mhm.
But thank you for the 10. Yeah, I guess I don't necessarily think that like a content creator dating a viewer is like the worst thing in the world, but like when you get into VTubing, it's a little bit different, I'd say, because yeah, there are people who act completely different, who put on a character. So, yeah, I don't really have any like strong thoughts on it either
Yeah,
way.
same.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. But all right, let's talk about oh god, this fucking
What? Oh,
loser. It's
okay.
the
These.
soy squad.
Oh, that's never gonna leave my head
Toxic
now.
Avengers over here.
The soy squad. The orange man lives rent free in their heads, and they think that they took this picture and they really thought they did something. First of all, just a bunch of fat white women in the background. They talk about how okay, like they're getting it right now. They're talking about how like the right isn't diverse. At certain rallies, you see a diverse audience at a lot of them. I see no diversity in that audience. It's all chunky white women. Change my mind. It's not. Look at the front row.
I
Like,
think I
yeah,
don't
they
think
get the crazy.
she's white. I think
I
she's
can't
got
tell.
slightly I think she might be like Latina
Well, I'm
perhaps,
wrong.
but
She's still
yeah,
fat.
I don't know. Yeah, fat and short, double whammy.
That sucks, man. As a short person, I would hate to be fat.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
It's a
I
double
don't see
struggle.
anybody who is like diverse at all whatsoever. Do you think that this is just a fucking fake audience and they're like, "Oh man, we have to get this good picture, so we have to just get anybody we can find, invite your family, invite your friends."
Yeah, please. We have snacks. We will have finger foods if you bring your whole family and put your arms up and cheer, like because we're really doing something right now. We want to send a picture to Donald Trump. So just
It's
get
about the
everybody.
message.
This is someone in the chat said AI generated audience. That would be hilarious, actually. I would not be surprised. Watch me look at it and like one of the fingers is like gone or like it's doing some weird thing.
Uh
It could be Photoshop. Chat's also saying that. I wouldn't put it. You can't tell me that there's this many people that actually like even collectively want to watch these guys unless they are paid to be there or there were finger sandwiches.
yeah,
I'll come for the food,
I don't
baby.
get this. Oh my god, there's really nobody. There's really nobody that
It's a
is
green screen.
well, this arm over here, this one looks kind of funky. It looks
I'm gonna
really
pull it up on my
bent.
side so I can zoom in.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, I wish X would like let you fully zoom in on images. Whenever you try, it just makes it like smaller for some reason. That arm looks kind of funky. I don't know about that. If you guys see any funky ones, comment it. Comment with the circle around the image or the
And send
zoomed
it,
in
please.
image on the thread
Hold on, I
on
got
our going
this.
live posts because
Yeah.
this some of these do look maybe a little bit bizarre.
I'm
But
going on Google. I found it on Google. Let's
oh,
see if I
did
can
you?
zoom in. Let's see.
Man, these
There's
are
people wearing masks. Okay, I believe it now. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
These are some funky looking white guys. Oof.
Hold on. Reddit doesn't let you zoom in either. Of course not
Yeah, see,
Reddit.
this is the problem I have with images. They never let you zoom in. Drives me insane. You have to download it, you have to upload it yourself. You have to so stupid. But well guys, while she's seeing
Help
if
me.
she
I
can
went on
find any
Threads. Threads doesn't let
AI
you zoom either.
arms. That's wild. We previously had talked about how as
Oh, I got it.
soon as soon as it came back, as soon as Kimmel's show came back, we were probably going to see an absolutely massive viewership drop off. And well, Jimmy Kimmel's short-lived rating spike comes to a screeching halt. So Disney briefly suspended the Jimmy Kimmel live show after the host's remarks about the alleged assassin of Charlie Kirk sparked widespread backlash after an about face from Disney. The liberal comedian returned last Tuesday, and Kimmel's emotional return drew in a massive audience, but viewers haven't stuck around. Oh my gosh, it's almost like these people weren't watching it in the first place and they're not going to watch it again. On Thursday, live averaged 2.3 million total viewers, a staggering 64% drop from the 6.5 million who tuned in for Tuesday's much hyped return. Kimmel shed even more viewers in the advertiser coveted demographic of adults aged 25 to 54, with Thursday's episode hemorrhaging 73% of viewers from the critical category. It pulled in 1.7 million viewers among the key demo for Tuesday's return, but plummeted to 465,000 only 48 hours later, and it also lost significant viewers in the younger demographic of adults aged 18 to 49, managing 1.2 million on Tuesday, but losing 73% to settle for only 334,000 on Thursday.
That's even more than I thought. I didn't look at the numbers. I just seen it and I was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I thought you were gonna say he
Yeah.
shed. I thought the article was gonna say he shed another tear. That's why I was giggling. But also, when you zoom in on this picture, it gets so much worse. They
Oh
threw a couple
no.
token black guys in there, and the one black guy's just like, I'm
Oh
like, bro,
no.
okay, you're not that happy to be there. Calm down.
Here?
What did I send? I zoom.
Because this is the link, I think, to the Instagram. I don't think you can. You zoom in on Instagram?
Did I send the wrong thing? Hold on, let me see.
Well, I guess I can zoom in here this
There you
way.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Look at the guy like kind of behind in the striped shirt behind Colbert. He's
Yeah,
like he's so happy to be there. The one black
bro
guy.
looks like Oscar the Grouch.
Damn.
Hey, at least they got one black guy.
That's what I mean. They made sure to put him in the front and like
Yeah.
smile real big. You're so happy to be here.
God, it's so
But no, look at
bad.
this. We're making a joke, but look at you're right. That lady was Hispanic, so they put the two, one
Yeah,
Hispanic, and then there's behind
I spy with
Jimmy.
my
There's one
widow
more.
eye.
Yeah, they made sure they put
I think I
the
see a person
token.
of color. I think
Look
I
at
see one.
how many do you see? 3, and they have them all in the front. But look at in the back, all white hands up in the back.
Timu Lizzo. Oh my
Oh
God,
dang!
stop.
One got out. No.
No. Oh no, Peacemaker. Oh, which by the way, chat, Fortnite did say that they're altering the emote and bringing it back. So
Oh
they're
yeah,
removing
I
the
forgot about
Nazi
that.
moves. How did they really not know that that was the case though? Like, come
They
on,
knew, and they were
guys.
like, "Let's stir up some controversy." We
So
haven't been in the news in a bit. We're not as
stupid.
relevant anymore as we used to be. And I know people
Yeah.
still like Fortnite, but they're like, "We haven't gotten into trouble in a while. Let's get Peacemaker."
Yeah. But
John Cena strikes again.
yep. But I think we all knew, right, that Kimmel's ratings were gonna just tank again because The left is performative as fuck. They will say that they care so much about a cause and oh, they're gonna fight for it for their entire lives. And then, of course, 2 weeks later, they fucking forget because they have the attention span of an ant. They forget about things and they give up on things because they don't actually stand for anything. And these people, what is it, in a week? It already had lost that viewership. That's crazy.
It's because they were like, "Oh yeah, this is why we didn't watch Jimmy." Well, we got him back on, so we won. Let's go
Yep.
get some soy latte and tofu.
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever they eat.
Ugh. I don't know, but
I'm not surprised at all.
I,
Like they
I,
watch
I
it, they're
gotta
like,
be
"Let's go
honest, some of the
band
people in this
together."
crowd looks like they're pretty fucking comfortable with going to McDonald's, that's for sure.
That's true. When I say tofu, they
Yeah.
like McDonald's.
That's too healthy.
Don't bring McDonald's into this, okay? I love me a double cheeseburger and I'm not fat. But I know my
Man,
limits and I
I
know not to go all
know.
the time.
Yeah,
But
that's true, but you have a
but
little
no,
bit of self-control.
yes, I get one double cheeseburger, not five. Sorry to anybody, someone in the chat's like, dang, that's what I have. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not coming at you. We're coming at the audience. I love that. Like she looks like she likes McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Um, bunch of chunkers. But yes, Jimmy Kimmel. So I think that next year, because his contract's up or was, unless they changed it, but his contract was supposed to be up next year. The ratings were awful. He is costing Disney money. So they use this as an excuse, like, okay, let's just get rid of him. And then, the left cries as they do, like, wait, no, but no, you're being mean, but no. So, next year when his contract's up, I think they're gonna make him make a statement
Yeah.
because he's not going to go against them. They're the
No.
higher ups. They're the powerful people that will make sure he never works again, or maybe even worse. So he's going to listen to what they say, and they're going to tell him to back away and say, like, we won, guys. We got put back on, but it's time for me to take a step back and try other things. And that's what I'm calling it right now. I don't know when next year his contract was supposed to be up, but you guys can come back to this moment and tell me I was right.
Next year, we're really going to be getting the talk show purge, huh? There's a couple of these hosts' contracts up. Colbert is up. Kimmel's going to be up.
Right, he was already done though, right? Like they already have stated that Colbert show's
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's pissed about it because he didn't want it to be the case. So
He's mad that he's not funny, that he hasn't been
yeah,
good. I know the Colbert Report was okay, but I just know that his, the Daily Show was really where people liked him, and then he branched out to the Colbert Report. I wasn't into politics then, so I can't comment on whether or not that was funny. But I just know people in my life that were even conservative didn't mind him then.
yep. People are commenting, proving the network's right that they wanted to take him off the air because he was losing them money, and now he will continue to do so. Of course, the Charlie Kirk post, Jimmy Kimmel isn't funny. Almost
I
like they
agree with
tuned in.
Charlie.
Yeah, I agree too. Almost like they tuned in for the comeback show and found out that he still sucks. It's like a car accident. People slow down a minute to look at the wreck, but then they sped off, and it's so true.
Oh man, that's a perfect. Wow. Yeah,
It really
actually.
is. That is perfect. Karma, apparently it's real. And again, I wasn't somebody who called for him to be taken off the air just because I disagreed with his opinion, but at the same time, I wasn't going to shed a tear for him based on all of the attacks that he's levied towards conservatives, all of the vile comments he's made over the years. Like, I'm sorry to maybe the 5 people that work on his team maximum that are like genuinely decent and talented human beings, but just because there's a couple of good people doesn't mean that the show should have stuck around.
No, not at all. I miss when comedy used to be people making fun of everything,
Yeah.
everyone. But that's especially late night, minus Jimmy Fallon, who just does like sketches and plays games with his guests, which is fine. I prefer that. I don't watch, but I would prefer that over this crap where it's always just attacking the right. Like, how boring. Like your
Yeah.
shtick is boring now. Get a new one, but you can't. So you're done,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
And then people like this will say, oh my gosh, there's such a big divide in America when they themselves are also part of that problem of the divide getting worse because they are telling their audience members, you need to hate people on the other
Yeah.
side of the aisle. You need to loathe these people because they are dangerous. So they're just as bad as the politicians they claim to hate.
Yeah, absolutely. And they add to the divide even more because that's what when celebrities started getting heavily into politics, I was like, I prefer just not knowing your stance.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Because I remember like uh when they brought Will and Grace back, which was awful because they had to make it political instead of keeping it the way it was before. It was progressive for its time, and they could have just kept with that formula and possibly kept the show. I remember loving Will and Grace. My mom used to watch it all the time. But when they brought it back, it was super like, oh, let's make fun of the conservatives, as every show was. And they had a moment with Jack. I don't know if you know the characters, but Jack was one of the gay guys,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Who are you voting for?" And he's like, and then the other guy's like, Katy Perry's voting for Hillary. And he's like, Hillary. And it's like, that was a joke, but it's true that there's a lot of people that were like that. And that's why it's the left pulls in all these celebrities to endorse them because they know people that aren't paying attention to any policies. Like, oh, my favorite singer's voting for her. I'm going to vote for her or him. That's just how, unfortunately, the mindset of a lot of people that don't want to educate themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
fortunately that's just how these, how a lot of politicians are, how a lot of people that, follow politicians and also like the celebrities are, and it's just again the whole, oh, you have to agree with everything they say or else you're just a terrible person. Like that is definitely the left's kind of motto, and
Oh,
I don't think it's
yeah.
gonna get better anytime soon. But celebrities are just as bad because it's like around election time, right? They'll be paid for posts and they're getting sponsored. It's not actually how they feel. It's not them being genuine human beings. It's
Mm-mm.
them being paid to promote a product. And man, do some of these people get paid like insane amounts of money.
Oh, yeah, didn't Kamala, like, isn't she, like, broke now? Because she paid
Yeah.
so much, and she even got, like, money that was given to her, obviously, for her campaign, but she spent a lot of money just to lose because people
Yeah.
are waking up. They don't care who Beyonce is voting for.
Nope. Why would you? Like, that is truly like the lowest IQ take possible. Oh, somebody I saw on the screen, whether it's a singer or an actor or whoever, voted for somebody or claims that they're voting for somebody. So I have to as well because they're my favorite celebrity. Like, damn, you are very uneducated.
Yeah, and the kicker with that is you wanna vote for somebody who has money, and none of these policies that they're pushing it's not gonna affect them because they're living a cushiony, beautiful life. It doesn't matter what's going on with politics for them. They're getting paid to tell you who to vote for.
Yep.
Um, but they don't think that far. They think like, "Oh, how deep, Beyonce, that message was wonderful. I'm gonna vote for whoever you tell me to vote for." 'Cause they look up to these people as idols, false idols.
Yeah. It's really sad that there's so many people out there who I don't know, really just are so ignorant to the truth, and
Mhm.
it's I personally feel like they view themselves so lowly, like they it's like they feel like they're not smart enough to become educated, which is honestly a bit sad.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when they try to educate themselves, it's like, be patient with them. They sound kinda dumb, but they're willing to listen to you talk to them,
Yeah.
like Charlie used to do. I mean,
Absolutely. But I guess we'll see what happens with Jimmy Kimmel if he'll
good old
announce his
Jimmy.
suspiciously timed retirement next year.
See, you guys heard it here first.
Yeah. I mean, come on. It lasted like one single show. He's not getting renewed. That's for sure.
No, I did really, the only money Disney's making right now are from their parks.
Yep. Absolutely. Wolfguard, thank you for the PlayStation and Xbox tier pricing comparison. I don't have it off the top of my head, but I mean, Xbox is still significantly more expensive. I just can tell you that off the top of my head. I mean, PlayStation's highest tier is what, 17.99? So,
And that's the highest one.
yeah, as far as I'm aware, at least. Carlos, thank you for the 5. Have you ladies seen 1985 Legend or 1987 The Gate? I think you two will really enjoy these films. I have seen both of them, and they're both very good. Have you ever seen Legend?
No. I'll
I
have to
think
check it
you'd really
out.
like Legends.
1985 Legend. Okay, I'll add it to
Yeah.
the list. And just to answer the question, I just did a quick little search for you. The essential tier starts at $9.99 per month, $24.99 for 3 months, or $79.99 annually in the United States.
Yeah, which is 79
$80,
99 versus 360.
360. Woo. Okay.
It's quite a difference, but I think you would really like Legend. It had Tom Cruise. It was Ridley Scott. It was good. We should put that on the
Legend
list.
1985. I'm typing it in now so I look it up.
Yep. It's very, very whimsical. Chris, thank you for the
Oh,
199. Guarantee you Kimmel got a bit handsy. Maybe.
probably.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Allegedly, we're not saying it,
Yeah,
but
don't
it might
sue
have happened.
me. That's for sure. Hollywood guy, thank you for the 5. Any takers on how long Jimmy will be canceled again? I give him less than a year. I think that, yeah, he'll probably be around for like another year, and then they'll drop his show, and then like he'll just do like a YouTube series, and that will be probably the end. I don't know how old Jimmy
That'll be
Kimmel
so
is,
bad.
but
If he went on YouTube, can you imagine the ratio?
him just sitting there bitching at a camera for 4 hours a day.
The professional setup. He's 57 years old.
Yep. Well, maybe a little bit longer on YouTube than I anticipated. It's a rough 57, that's for sure. Carlos, thank you for the 5. Did
All
you
the
ladies
tofu.
hear the real reason Jimmy Kimmel's show was brought back? The talent agencies in Hollywood blackmailed Disney into doing so. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but at the same time, like there are so many people with the cult-like mentality in Hollywood that it wouldn't
Wouldn't
I
surprise
wouldn't,
you.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't put it past them into blackmailing and bullying a company because the company isn't doing exactly what they want. This is just a major problem we've seen for a long time. There are individuals out there who genuinely believe like these companies care about their identity and their sexuality and their gender. Companies don't care. They care about making money.
That's it.
Yep. Plain and simple. But that's their mindset, though. Really quick, we'll talk about this final topic before we get into our movie review. So, we've talked a lot about Sweet Baby Inc. over the past couple of years, and I know Wicked, I'm sure you're a big fan of cozy games, just like I am.
Yeah. Everyone loves, even the men like cozy games. Don't lie to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, that's probably they're gonna spam the chat with, no, I've
How
never
dare
played a
you?
cozy game.
I'm mad at you now, Wicked. Sorry.
Probably. But Sweet Baby has tried to sink their claws into all different sorts of games over the years, and now it looks like they're targeting farming sims because they promote colonialism and must be changed. So, I, of course, think that the whole fighting against colonialism angle is ridiculous. We've seen so many games have their in characters have their backstories changed to try to like apologize, like Lara Croft, right? Oh, we have to fight against
Sorry
colonialism,
about
so
the
Lara
boobs.
Croft has to be completely changed and her story needs to be wildly different. But while they were at the Game Developers of Color Expo, which in of itself is so stupid that you need an expo for people of color when it should just be a expo for anybody who's talented to work at. But they were talking about the process of decolonizing and practicing decolonility by questioning ourselves and those we trust around us. What does safety mean for the audience we're trying to reach? What
Oh my
mechanics,
God.
rewards, cultural touchstones, and character archetypes can we implement that will resonate with them? So they're basically saying, how could we create a safe space for the modern audience we want to appeal to? And how can we change games to be less offensive for people? And what I think is also so funny is they talk about like the problems they perceive. And here's the list: so many white people. The
Those darn white
outside,
people again.
I know, the outside individual who saves the day. The land is there for the taking. Corn
Oh,
and wheat make numbers go up. Oh, the nuclear family is a problem now, guys. The calendar is a problem.
the calendar do.
Spirituality is silly and straight up racism.
So spirituality, I wonder if they mean like,
Yeah, they mean that. Yep. They mean religion.
wow.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and just rub your like rock and pray to it, dummy.
These are the people that think that fucking sleeping with your head next to 8 of these different crystals is empowering you.
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I snapped at you. I'm a Capri Sun." Like, shut
I'm
up.
a Capri Sun.
I
Oh my
can't stand that
gosh.
stuff. I can't.
Oh my gosh. Wicked. The Capri Sun. Don't bring them into this.
Straight up racism. I love how they had to say it like that. So there's racism because
I think it's funny that they start off with admitting their racism while also then at the end ending with complaining about racism. Do they not see how fucking tone deaf that is? How ironic that is? And for me, of course, the highlights here are, oh, white people are bad. They're going on to complain about the Gregorian calendar. Like, motherfucker, if you have to start complaining about a calendar because you're so desperate to be outraged at something, kick rocks, man. Also, nuclear family's bad, spirituality is silly. This is so offensive to so many people. It's like they think that, I don't know, there are black people that aren't religious. There
I
aren't black
know.
people with nuclear family structures or Latinas or people of color. Like, what do you mean the nuclear family is a problem or spirituality is silly?
That's ridiculous. So just the fact that the first one is so many white people and then the bottom is straight up racism. Those two go together. You guys are racist. I can't stand when people say that disliking white people doesn't make you a racist.
It
Is
does.
white not a race? When you're filling out a form for like anything and they ask you your race, is white not on there? So
It's at
when
the
you
bottom
still
of it
like
now, but
yeah, it's on there still, but really it's just seeing people like you can't be racist against white people. It's like you sound so retarded when you say that.
they
It
really
makes
do.
absolutely no sense. Like her face bugs me. I'm like, thank you, thank you. But anybody that decides to work with Sweet Baby Inc. on something like cozy games are just supposed to be chill. Like I don't want to play Stardew Valley and then like there's some big dude named Rebecca coming out to help me, like with a beard and just like yelling at me about my religion. Like, come on, I'm
Some
trying to
big
chill.
fucking dude.
But seriously, like now they're coming for the cozy stuff. Please just get rid of Sweet Baby Inc. Like for the love of God, somebody just tell them to go away. Kick rocks, Baby Inc. We don't Sweet Baby Inc. We don't want you.
So Tristan J. Tarwater, they slash them, not like anybody asked, also was complaining about quests and rewards, saying more than just being about vibes, cozy games project an idea of what is safe and rewarding for players and often promote values of capitalism by rewarding individualism and consumption. So now you can't even have a basic fucking game mechanic of having quests because that's capitalistic.
What?
Yeah. Because apparently going and collecting fucking radishes and potatoes and going to sell them to the other
Racist.
hobbits at the village is fucking racist, sexist, misogynist, and capitalistic. What or do they think they're talking about? How do they genuinely believe anybody could ever take them seriously?
They take too much time on like I don't know,
They
and
really do. It's so brain dead. Oh, and they also use Sweet Baby Inc.'s Tales of the Shire as a positive example, a game to check out.
what does it look like? I don't even want to know, but show me anyways. I need a good jump scare before bed tonight.
Look at how many players are in game in Tales of the Shire right now.
Wow, more than I thought.
Yeah,
What does
that's
the
pretty
cover look
good.
like? What is the
That's pretty
cover?
good. Oh, the cover is the game looks like a PS2 game.
It looks like that. Oh.
That's Gandhi.
Um,
It looks cute, but then you play it and it's really, really bad. It's really
yeah.
bad.
The graphics aren't good. I mean,
No.
like I think the world looks cute, but like then you zoom in on the people and you're like, what is that?
See, the problem is that you say something like, "Oh, wow, that environment looks good." You can't walk 90% of that environment.
Oh, that's
It's
lame.
only like on the little paths and then in the little designated areas. So it's not like you can really truly go anywhere you want. It sucked and I hate it and it's stupid. And fuck Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they're complaining about having to do chores, which, by the way, what do they want you to do in a game if you can't have quests anymore? So if you can't like go out and collect items or sell items because that's capitalism and that's promoting
A
consumption,
woman
what do they want you to do?
a woman is cooking and doing the dishes. This is Trump's doing.
How can we make this about the orange man? And why is he bad? Man, just absolutely brain dead takes from these people, but I don't think we ever really expected them to give us a good take to be fair, so
No, that's what would be more surprising for me if they said something like, "Wait, did that make sense what they just said? Hold on, rewind it."
yeah.
It's never going to happen.
Yep, but
Uh,
that's how they are. That's how they will continue to be because, well, it's the only grift that they have at this point. If it wasn't
mhm.
for, complaining about society being, racist or sexist or homophobic or bigoted or something, they'd have nothing to complain about and then they wouldn't be able to make money anymore off of the video game industry because it's not like they're even, developers themselves.
No,
So there is that.
awful.
Michael, thank you for the 5. The problem with subscriptions is you tend to waste time on bad games because the meter is running and you are compelled to use the service. Yeah, that is a
That's a fair point.
problem. Yeah. Good
That's what I mean. So
point.
that points even more towards that if people have it because they want to play new games, they're just going to buy the game now because even if they bought every new game that they want to play, most likely it's not even going to come close to that 360 mark a year.
Yeah, it's true. Some dude, thank you for the 4.99. This podcast made me wear Virtue. Sub to her channel. You ladies make the workday seem shorter. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Wicked
Thank
is
you.
obviously okay most of the time.
I'm all right
Except
when
for
I
when
don't
she's
say silly
calling the
things.
fucking pagan nutsos, witches, Capri Suns and offending the Capri Suns out there,
Sorry,
okay?
Capri Suns are delicious. I didn't mean it.
They are. Don't insult them like that, Wicked.
I haven't had a Capri Sun in a while. I will go buy one now to, make up for my rude comment. Don't cancel me.
Good. Pay your dues. Carlos, thank you for the 5. Tar water. What is that last name? More like retard water.
That's a good one.
It's pretty good. It's true
That
though.
is a
Like
good
it's like
one.
their cosplay names. Like
Yeah.
I just like the black woman being Kim Belair. I don't know. Their names just seem really sus to me. Chris Kindred.
They made them up. They were
Okay.
like, I always
Yeah.
wanted a pretty name to go with my pretty personality.
Ugh. Pretty personality.
Well,
Red
they think so.
flag.
Their mommies told
Yeah.
them that. So,
Yeah. Well, for the
Mama
ones that have
said.
moms. So. All right, guys, it's time to do our weekly movie review. And this week we watched Fright Night, which, boy, oh boy, did we have a hell of a good time with. I'm glad that, by the way, people have re-uploaded the trailer online because I don't know, with older movies it's so hit or miss. Sometimes nobody uploads them, but I guess because this is a cult classic, they did. So that's good. You can hear that, right?
Yep.
Okay.
What would you do if you accidentally discovered the house next door was occupied by something not human? Something horrifying. Something unspeakably evil. No one believes you.
Mom, I didn't have a a nightmare.
Not your
They
mom.
did kill a girl over there.
Not your girlfriend.
Charlie, is this some sort of a trick to get me back?
Not even the police.
Look, I know it's crazy. I know that, but look, Lieutenant!
It knows that you know. You'll do anything to protect yourself.
Tiny little
But it
cross.
will do anything to protect its secret. Fright Night. If you love being scared, this could be the night of your life.
So we did, of course, watch the original, the 1985 version, not the absolutely god awful remake that they came out with in 2011. And I had never seen the original. I thought that I had, but I didn't. So this was the first time that both of us had watched it, and I absolutely loved this movie.
I did too, and I thought that I had seen it,
Yeah.
but I hadn't, and I was like, I liked it more than I thought I would. I knew I was gonna like it because for me with horror, I like either a good suspense thriller or this, like the cheesy quote unquote. Not that it is cheesy, but that's just what people use to describe like 80s slashers and stuff like this. So I was like, I'm gonna like this, but I loved it. Like I gave it a 100 on Critic List. I'll read my little review in a minute, but just for the effects alone, this is a 10 out of 10 for me because this is 1985 and it's old school, effects and makeup and all that, but it looks better than what we get now. Somebody needs to study what the heck is going on over there. You have more money now, I would say, probably, or even the same amount, whatever, to make these movies, and you do some backwards crap CGI, which even CGI back then, like think of like Jurassic Park was better than it is now. The
Yeah.
progression is so backwards. But it was so good, and the actors, I enjoyed all of them. I was not expecting to see. Did they show his girlfriend's boobies? I know her as Marcy Darcy from
Yeah.
Married with Children. I was like, oh, boobies. So there you go, boys. If you haven't seen this yet, there's a lot of boobies in this. I wouldn't say a lot, but there's a couple. But I had
Chris
so much fun with
Sarandon
this.
is so good in this
Oh,
too. I loved seeing him in this.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was a perfect actor to cast as a vampire. And I'm sitting there looking, and it took me a little bit to catch on. Like I'm like, what is the main role I know him from? And it was Flashdance. He was a little bit. When was Flashdance? Like probably only a couple years before this or after.
Probably for me, the role, of course, I'll always remember him in is in Princess Bride, of course.
Oh yeah,
So,
that too.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Princess Bride, that too. So it was Princess Bride and Flashdance.
Yeah.
But I just yes, at least two, Charlie. There was at least two boobs in this.
At least.
But yeah, I thought his performance was fantastic. So just to sum it up, and then we'll let Vara get to her summary. I like doing the critic list stuff because then I could just sum it up and then read it to you guys. So I said it remains an undisputed classic, not only for its pitch perfect blend of suburban terror and self-aware humor, but for two elements that set it apart: the magnetic performance of its leading vampire, Chris, did fantastic, and its commitment to the glorious old school special effects. Like that got me so much. I loved it. The scene, and I also love that they went like the Castlevania route where the vampires could turn into werewolves too.
Yeah.
That was so cool. And I forgot the friend's name. He was so freaking annoying. I'm gonna say I wasn't super sad when he died.
Ed?
Ed, he was so annoying. I guess I
Ed-
was sad that he died, but like, man, his laugh,
Well-
I was like,
Well,
"Jeez."
Ed is actually in that last scene. Ed is in that house still.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah,
alive. So he actually,
He is.
yeah,
He
I mean,
didn't
like when he got
technically-
changed,
right. Yeah.
I wasn't
yeah.
like, I'm like, okay, so he's not in their group, but yeah. So when he gets stabbed, when Ed gets stabbed as a werewolf, the transition, like I loved how they did that because they could have just left him dead, like had him laying there, whatever. I mean, he didn't die, but just had him laying there still as the wolf, but they like slowly transitioned him back to human. And the way that was done was very well done. All the goop and just
Yeah.
gore, it was very well done. Like I feel like that wouldn't look right now, like if they tried to do it. They could
No.
make it look right, but they're too lazy, is what I mean. Like that, they put some heart into that. Like, round of applause to the special effects team on this movie. They did so well.
So I feel like that's such a major problem in modern day Hollywood is the art of creating good costumes and good sets and special effects that are done or practical effects. It's really lost on modern day Hollywood because they figure, oh, we can just CGI that in, we can just computerize that and it will look 10 times better. But in this movie, of course, it's 85, so it makes sense, right? Why it's utilizing these features, and it does it so well. And I wish that new movies would take a step back and really reevaluate what made movies special in the first place, because in this, you have so many like cool costumes. I loved the house, of course, Jerry Dandridge's house, and all of the like stained glass and how it had like a bunch of the clocks that also looked really awesome, so that
Mhm.
it would remind him when it was time to get back in the coffin. And like you mentioned, with all of like the slime and the ooze, and it just felt really creepy and really gross. Where, of course, a lot of horror movies now rely so heavily on jump scares and like these scare tactics that sure do sometimes work, but so many actors now are almost afraid to act. They don't really put a lot of heart and soul and passion into their role. And I felt like all of these actors did a good job. And there are some here, right, that either were already big by this point or made it big years later. And some of the cast kind of went on to do virtually nothing else. But I thought that they all played out their role really well. And I also thought that the pacing of this movie was good. It didn't jump into the action too soon. There was that time in the middle where, of course, you're leading up to the climax, but you're not quite sure the direction it's going to go. And if, like, oh, the professor's going to go into the house and he's going to create a distraction, or they're both going to go in basically guns blazing. And I just thought that it was so good overall, and all of the roles were so well acted, and I really loved it. Like, this is definitely a movie I'm going to probably rewatch every year now.
Yeah, it's absolutely added to my Halloween list now. I didn't expect to like it this much. Like I knew I was gonna enjoy it because
Yeah.
I can't really think of any like I love the vibe of 80s horror is
Oh
great.
yeah, 100%.
Slashers and all it's so good. So shout out. I'm so sorry that I can't remember who recommended this. Maybe I can check Discord real quick, but from now on, whatever this person recommends, we're gonna
Yes.
watch because this was such a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and so did Vara. So
Absolutely.
we'll find it. I think it was on a comment, maybe on one of our videos. I'll look back to make sure we give you props next time. Was it you, Nightmare Cast? It
Was
was
it?
me. Okay, Nightmare Cast.
Nice.
That's who it was. All right. Well, from now on, whatever
Very
you recommend,
good.
we're watching.
Now, we have to decide if we want to brave the remake.
Yeah. Well, you said you've seen that
I
one.
have.
I haven't seen it. I could to compare, but I'm pretty sure that
You're
one's
gonna
not
hate
going to be a
it.
10 out of 10.
You're
You
gonna
said
hate
what's his
it.
name? Who was in it? Colin Farrell. He's wearing
Colin
a
Farrell
wife beater.
is wearing like jeans and a wife beater. Then you have David Tennant who plays like a faux leathered up black eyelinered professor.
Edge
Like,
Lord.
yep, it's so bad. It's so bad.
Mm.
It's so bad. And I like Colin Farrell so much.
You do.
I do. And well, unfortunately,
He just doesn't have the look that Chris had, apparently.
no, he did not have the it factor.
No,
But
and the outfit that Chris wears in it is so nice. Like it's very like
yes, it's
vampire-esque, but it's
very
still
like
like classy.
expensive looking almost. And yeah, he's got a graceful essence to him, which is why he's good as Humperdinck, which is why he was good as Dandridge in this. Like I haven't actually looking at his movie and TV show list. I haven't actually seen him in all that much, but every role I've seen him in was very remarkable to me. He did such a good job, and yeah, I definitely think that he was obviously like a highlight in this, as most of the actors were, since it was a pretty small cast. But I've never like seen obviously like the
Oh,
sequel to this either,
he
but I
was the
do know that he didn't return obviously, but like two of the main actors from this return in the sequel, but the sequel didn't do that good because apparently a producer's like wife got murdered or something during it, which brought a lot of
ooh.
bad press to the movie. I was looking briefly into the history of it, but apparently that's why like the franchise kind of fizzled off.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't
Yeah.
realize also that he was the cop in Child's Play 1.
Was he?
Mike, I think his name was. Yeah, he was the police officer that
Oh.
sees that Chucky comes alive too and believes them, which I did not realize that. It's really cool. There's probably more that I haven't realized. I just seen the picture of him with Andy and
I was
his
also
mom.
looking into Chris Sarandon a little bit after I'd watched this. I never knew this, but he had just done an interview like a couple weeks ago talking about how basically his entire life saving was stolen from him.
Aw,
And he
seriously?
was like completely frauded and he lost basically everything he had ever worked for.
That's
Like, what the
heartbreaking. He's in his
fuck?
80s, so it's like, what
Yeah.
can he even do
Yeah.
now? And he's been
I
in a
had never
lot.
heard of that, but that's sad.
Aw, that's
He's a
really
good actor
sad.
though.
He is. He was Jack Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas?
Uh yeah. Yeah, he was.
Okay, so he's been in a lot. All
He
right.
was in for me, the most memorable are Child's Play, Nightmare Before Christmas, Princess Bride, This Now,
Mhm.
and
Flashdance for me.
I don't I don't know. Yeah, I think that those would probably be like the most memorable for me. I've never seen Flashdance.
Oh, it's a good one. You should watch it.
Is it?
Yeah, I it was one of my mom's favorite. He was in Flashdance, right?
Um,
That wasn't him. Never mind.
no, Michael Nouri.
They looked similar back in the 80s. Yeah, I was wrong. Okay, so yeah, for me then Princess Bride,
Oh, I've
Child's
seen
Play.
Flashdance. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's why I didn't remember him in it because it wasn't
Because
him.
he wasn't in it. Yeah, I thought he looked like him back in like the 80s. Those
Yeah,
two
they
looked
looked
very
kind
much
of
alike.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Princess Bride, Nightmare Before Christmas, Child's Play, and now this.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Good
want to look
movie
and see what
though.
else he has and check it out. He's a very good actor.
One of the better movies I've watched in a while. Like definitely up there.
Absolutely. It's
I
on the
really
list. I'll
enjoyed
probably
it.
watch it again before October's over.
Yeah, probably. It was
Maybe have a
good.
movie night with some friends.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
definitely fun, but if you have any last thoughts on Fright Night?
No, just I mean, I can't talk enough about the special effects because it was in 1985.
Yeah.
And I
Before we
still
were
can't
even a
believe that.
thought.
Ah, it's if you haven't seen it, which I think most of the chat has said they have, you should definitely check it
Someone in the
out.
comments is going to be like, why couldn't you guys give a spoiler warning? I haven't seen this movie yet. Listen, man.
Well, sorry.
Listen,
it's
bro.
40, it's like 40 years old, okay?
It's all, if you haven't seen it yet, you probably weren't. We're the only two that are allowed to have that excuse because we're probably the two youngest people here.
Possibly.
Maybe
Very-
there's a couple people around our age, but generally, I have a feeling anybody who would watch the movie or recommend it probably is older. So,
There was a few people
know.
that were like, I'm showing my age here, but I saw it in theaters, so
yeah, this would have been cool to see in theaters.
yeah.
And I regret not being alive in the 80s. My biggest
Darn it,
regret.
Mom and Dad.
I know.
Come on.
One of my biggest regrets outside of not buying a house when I was like 4 years old.
When it was
Before
only
the
like
recession.
50 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. Michael, thank you for the 2. You both need to wear the Elvira outfit. I never really do much for Halloween.
I do, but I also am into cosplay, so I have like 2 bins full of cosplays. Maybe for this one I'll do Morticia. I do have a Morticia dress, so maybe
Ooh,
that'll
yeah.
be for the Halloween week for the stream.
Yeah, that would be good. M2M, thank you for the 2 best wishes to you both in finding good men for life. Much appreciated.
Thank you. That's very
Thank you.
nice.
Nightmare Cast, thank you for the 5. Fright Night is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm glad you both enjoyed it. Also, Evil's death is so sad and music is half the reason. Yeah, this was really good. It's definitely one of the movies I'm probably gonna watch every year now.
Absolutely. It's on the list up there with Halloween and Friday the 13th, Evil Dead 1 and 2
Yep.
and 3.
Yep. Jabroni, thank you for the 2. John Carpenter, Prince of Darkness is really good. Yeah, for sure. John Carpenter's great. But thank you for that. So Wicked, let me share your channel. What have you been up to recently? What are you going to be up to? What's your October looking like?
October is going to be pretty busy. I have a few things going on, like event wise, and some of that stuff maybe on this channel or my second channel. But this channel, I recently started a new show. It's only an hour Wednesday mornings, but it's been going pretty well. There'll be a lot of
I'm sorry. I thought that said fact check your furry. I was gonna say, what
What's
do you
happened to
mean fact
you?
check my furry? You think I have a personal one?
Fact check your Furby.
I don't know why. I just instantly, it's just, that's what I get for speed reading.
That's funny. Well, I'll leave it because it's kind of like clickbait. People want to yell at me and they're like, "Oh, wait a minute," when they reread it. Clickbait. But yeah, I got the new show. There's gonna be plenty of spooky streams coming. I mean, I know I play a lot of horror games already, but I try to stick to mostly horror games. And actually, this Friday, I'm gonna do my 10K celebration stream finally. I don't know what I'm
Nice.
playing yet though, because Ian is so kind. He gifted me a Switch 2 as like a congratulations on 10K.
Oh,
So I have a
nice.
Switch 2 now, so I may play like Donkey Kong Bonanza because that was the whole reason I wanted a Switch 2 in the first place because I'm a big Donkey Kong
Yeah.
fan. So I may do like just like a nice long like few hours stream on Friday playing that, but I haven't decided yet. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. Spooky streams, me and Vara over there, Saucy, Wicked's World, Wicked Wednesday. I'm busy,
Well,
but it's fun.
that's good.
Yes.
You know, it's better than
Yes.
not having anything to do. And of course, guys, you can find me here on YouTube. You can go and subscribe to the second channel where I put up all my different reviews. Tomorrow, I'll be continuing. I almost said Callisto Protocol, not quite the game, which I guess it is kind of similar, but Chronos, the New Dawn, which I've been having
What do
a lot
you-
of fun with.
Yeah, you like it. I
Yeah,
was
it's
gonna
been
ask.
really, really good so far. It's tough, but it's really
It
fun.
is. I've only done one stream. You probably got further than me.
Probably, yeah, because it was like a 5-hour stream.
Yeah, you
so.
go for a while. I think I did 3. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
But of course, we'll be playing more of that next week, guys. Of course, this show will be live over on Wicked Virtues channel, and we are going to have a special guest. So that'll be really
Stay
cool
tuned.
and really fun. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here the past few hours. I appreciate it. Make sure to leave a like on the stream on your way out. Go and subscribe to Virtue's channel if you haven't already. And we'll be back again for the Vara and Virtue show next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. And have a really good rest of your evening, everyone.
Bye.